This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. As artificial intelligence becomes increasingly popular, so does the demand to build data centers. WMNF's Chris Young tells us about a new report from an environmental group laying out the potential impacts of data centers on Florida communities.
Environmental group 1,000 Friends of Florida published the report titled Potential Impacts of Data Center Development on Florida Communities. It highlights the potential effects, including the vast amount of energy they use, their water use, and quality of life concerns like noise that come from the centers. Haley Bush is the Communications and Outreach Director for 1,000 Friends of Florida. She says impacts vary from Florida's rural and urban cities.
Local planners, local governments, they're the ones that should be leading in terms of where these things are sited, where they should go.
This comes as lawmakers discuss regulating data centers in Florida. Senate Bill 484, a bill that would provide restrictions on data centers, is currently moving through committees. A bill Bush says, quote, asks good questions about data centers. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Community members in Ybor City reported ICE and local law enforcement conducting checkpoints on East Columbus Drive and North 16th Street last Thursday. WMNF's Leah Burdick reports local advocacy groups held an emergency barrio walk over the weekend to share information about ICE activity in the area.
The barrio walks was to help inform residents that ICE has been reported nearby and share information on how to identify and report ICE, as well as educate people about their rights. Yoon Jung is a member of the Tampa Immigrants' Rights Committee.
There was a checkpoint right by a school in this area, and we heard that report from a number of folks. It seems like it started and ended pretty quick, but why is there a checkpoint here at all?
She says people in the area were receptive and took flyers to share with friends and neighbors. Maria Garcia is a member of the Tampa Immigrants' Rights Committee.
I think it's good for our organization to let people know that it's like scary times, but they are not alone, right? We're actively trying to fight this evil that's going on.
Garcia says while passing out flyers in residential areas, a person told her they heard 8 people were detained by ICE last week. The walk lasted around an hour, and some members of the Tampa Immigrants' Rights Committee say they plan to host more frequent barrio walks as reports continue to increase in the area. For WMNF News, I'm Leah Burdick in Tampa.
A new analysis from the National Council on Teacher Quality has revealed a disconnect between the teacher workforce and state policies meant to support teachers. WMNF Sofia Caballero spoke with Heather Pesky, NCTQ's president.
Right now in Florida, teachers do not receive paid parental leave, resulting in about 1,800 teachers leaving the classroom each year, usually due to familial reasons. But by increasing the amount of paid parental leave, teachers and students can feel more supported. Through the increase of paid parental leave, teachers wouldn't need to choose between their students and their families.
Ultimately, if we give teachers access to paid parental leave for 12 weeks, what we're doing is attracting and retaining teachers. We're also strengthening families. And at the end of the day, we're increasing student outcomes and outcomes for children. So paid parental leave is a really good policy that's family-friendly and teacher-friendly as well.
Pesky says that increasing paid parental leave would benefit not only the teachers, but also the students. For more information, head to WMNF.org. For WMNF News, I'm Sofia Caballero.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission continues to release data on the state's first permitted bear hunt in a decade. On Friday, the commission posted a fact sheet showing that only 6 of the 172 permits purchased were by Florida residents, and that half of the 52 bears killed were female. The FWC issued no warnings or citations for violations of bear hunting rules, calling the hunt a success. The state announced on Friday that almost 1,400 acres in Hardy County would be shielded from residential and commercial development. The Charlie Creek Marsh property includes pasture, natural forested wetlands, and croplands. The Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services used 5 Rural and Family Lands Protection Program easements. That's $6 million. The program received $250 million from the state's current fiscal year budget and drew more than 500 applications for conservation easements. More than 600,000 acres would require about $2.1 million to remain in agricultural use. It'll be sunny and breezy today with afternoon highs in the mid-70s. Clear tonight, overnight lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow, warmer, nearing the mid-70s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop.
Recorded at WMNF Tampa.